6 years ago, Black Panther Games released the long-awaited sequel of their game, Ninja Arashi. Ninja Arashi was perceived greatly, but how is that sequel? Well, we will find out today. So, Ninja Arashi 2. Why am I reviewing the sequel and not the original? Well, because I found it first. And to progress in the first game, you need this literature which, I'm not getting. So, the sequel it is. And if you have already played the first, then I guess just read this. Ninja Arashi 2 is all about precision. You navigate levels filled with traps and surprises with a ton of enemies, but the enemies are spaced out, so it's like a mix of a precision platformer and a regular platformer. And when done right, it's actually really fun, but it can also be very rage-inducing. Now, do you remember my last video where I said level is an unexpected rage game? Well, Ninja Arashi is that, but it's not even supposed to be a rage game. A lot of the time, the ground will fall and you will be met by this guy who will shoot you and then go inside. And if you're not quick to dodge or kill him, then you're just gonna die. And it's gonna be a very rage-worthy death at that. In this game, you die on one hit, but there are these shrines that are scattered around the map. When you die, you respawn there, but you can only respawn there 3 times before you have to start at the beginning. And considering the levels are pretty long, dying and starting from the start is very bad. Though you can get more lives from these balls in the levels or from the skills that you unlock through coins. Though you only have 1 heart of health, most enemies have 2, and enemies are usually grouped together, so the enemies are designed to complement each other. For example, the shield man protects the gunman who can kill you from a distance. Every once in a while, you will be on a blizzard level where a snowstorm is raging outside, and you will die if you spend too long in there, as it will get too cold. And to warm up, you need to get inside, which can make for some interesting challenges, and where situations that you would usually brush aside actually get challenging, which this game had a variety as there are 80 levels split across 4 acts. And that's about it for the gameplay. On to the Out of all the games I have reviewed so far, Ninja Arashi 2's controls are easily the most complex. In this game, you can dash, transform into a log, and jump and shoot shurikens from a distance, which turn into a sword in a short distance. You can also double jump, which ties in everything perfectly. These controls can be used in many ways, and they can be combined to clear tough sections. The dash ability can be used to kill a ton of enemies at once, but also can be used to skip a tough parkour section easily. Remember the shield and gunman combination I talked about earlier? Well, you can easily counteract that with the dash. Remember the hidden shooter? Well, you can easily counteract him with the disguise. And you can one-shot most enemies with a sword, which gives you a reason to go in close with the enemies rather than just staying out the whole time. So yeah, this game's controls are great. As I said before, the game's precision platforming can be good when done right, but let's talk about the other side. You're gonna die a lot, and also respawn from the beginning a lot, mainly because of the unexpected traps. Of course, it's not a big problem if you can react fast enough, but still, sometimes the game feels like it's just against you, and it feels like a rage game, which is horrible because it's not supposed to be a rage game. You're not going into this thinking you're going to rage. Ninja Arashi can be very frustrating at times, which is a huge problem, and can be pretty unfun to play in those times. Now, of course, all this is subjective, and I'm telling you my experience with the game. But you're free to criticize my points in the comments, which I will happily reply to and try to consider. I have to talk about this now. It's one of the game's glaring issues. First of all, ads. Every few deaths is an ad, plus every victory comes with an ad. You can also give yourself 2 more lives after you die for 100 diamonds or an ad, and if you die again, well, you can get 2 lives again. Now, all of this is not very good, and there are a ton of ads in this game. And it could be somewhat forgivable if there were no microtransactions, but guess what? There are microtransactions. Yup, you can buy stuff here, and in the shop you can buy diamonds, remove ads, or buy custom disguises, but only 2 are bought through diamonds. And then there are the artifacts. They help you progress and they're hidden throughout the game, but you can pay to get them. These artifact locations are also randomized. And yeah, that's about the monetization. It's not the best, and I just don't like the game for that. Oh, replayability. Let's talk about Ninja Arashi 2's replayability. Ninja Arashi 2 is a level-driven single-player platformer. There are 80 long levels, and it takes quite a long time to beat them all. But after you beat them, well, there's this challenge mode, so let's check it out. So yeah, the challenge mode doesn't really work, and it's been a huge problem in the Ninja Arashi community. If the challenge mode does come, then it would be great for this game's replayability, but until now, there is just simply no replayability in this game. This game's graphics are amazing. Right off the bat, it catches your attention because of the dark silhouetted graphics. Your dark silhouette contrasts beautifully with the background and the traps, leaving absolutely no confusion on what is what. Meanwhile, the backgrounds change every act, and every background looks great. Meanwhile, in the blizzard levels, the snowstorm looks equally as great. Overall, I have to say, this game's graphics look amazing, and it's one of the best parts about this game. Also, I see you are here, which means you are really enjoying this video. And to see more videos like this, you should probably like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on the game, and watch my other videos, which will greatly help me out on the algorithm. But it's totally fine if you don't want to. Anyways, let's get to the conclusions now. Ninja Arashi 2 is a great game with a ton of potential. Its gameplay is fun and graphics look great, but when done wrongly, it can be very annoying to play. Its replayability is not there, and the monetization can be better. Overall, I think a 7.9 out of 10 is going to be good for this game. But yeah, guys, that was the whole video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.